Gonna see if I remember how to do this.
I was gonna say, we haven't done this in a full month, so.
Yeah, right. Welcome to Cyclops is Waiting for Me, an X-Men animated recap podcast with Wolverine and the X-Men, episode 22, Aces and Eights. It's a confusing sentence. I'm Rod, and we both been busy, but I just had the biggest project of my life, which I can't talk about, so it's kind of null and void to mention here. But sometime next year, all of you will definitely hear about it if I don't talk about it on here, but you'll probably see it out in the world. It's pretty wild. And also just for, because she already ran off right back here. Lucy's in the orange sweater. Right,
yeah.
Right there.
Yep, the
she might come join
ball
us.
Of fuzzy
yeah.
ball. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My favorite part of you and the project you've been working on is talking about, like, working with multiple people and managing a workflow. And that is... You're like, how do you people do it? And I'm like, we're all broken. All of us who have to do that are just broken individuals, and that's the only way that we're able to do it.
You and my
individuals. I'm JC. And Rod and I simultaneously had two very separate projects that were both very exhausting, happening around the same time. I was at TwitchCon for work as part of that. Yeah, it was...
I heard not great things about TwitchCon this year.
I'm not going to get into it, but...
okay.
The one thing I will share, I am the kiss of death with drone shows, apparently.
Okay.
Because we were watching the sponsored drone show that was happening on the Saturday night at TwitchCon. It was themed around Angry Birds Space 2. Yeah, that's the right title. And as the drones were starting to raise, if you've ever seen a drone show, they go up in like 5 or 6 layers that are even at first. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if one of these drones like crashed into another one right at the start of this? And like from the second to highest tier, 2 collide, and then they fall out of the sky and hit 2 more on the way down. So as this like drone performance is going and you get the giant bird from Angry Birds, the red one, there's like 4 big open dots that should be there that are not. And those were the ones that I cursed.
That's funny.
Oh. Since we recorded last, we did get official word that it is not just 2026 for X-Men 97 Season 2. It is specifically summer 2026. We don't know what that means. If 1 week is happening at Comic-Con, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
I mean, that sounds like it would be a promotional move, right? Like if they put like the finale or something at Comic-Con.
Oh, if they do the finale, I will fucking shoot something. I will lose my shit on such a level. Because the rumors are 9 episodes, right? Not a full 10.
I'm going to abstain because I don't know how much I can talk about. I just don't want to accidentally say something.
I feel like I heard 9 as the okay. Number that's gotten around, and people were freaking out about it online. So, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's 9, but it'll be worth it.
And we also saw that first look that leaked from New York Comic-Con. Since then, we purposely chose not to repost it because we don't want to get on Disney's bad side. But the stills from it are really, really impressive if you haven't been able to see it. And yes, there are spoilery moments for you. But I feel like Disney's trying to scrub that thing from the internet. So.
Oh, yeah. I already had friends get like DMCA'd and everything. Like the same day.
We were thoughtful about that. And, we figured if, we want to be able to keep working with the, the voice actors from the show and things like that, pissing off Disney, not the best way to do it. Yeah. So, all that said, Cyclops is Waiting for Me is our bi-weekly. Well, I mean, in this case, it was monthly, but now we're gonna get caught back up to the end of the year. Podcast series where we are going back and watching every single X-Men animated episode we can find. This podcast started with the original 1992 X-Men the Animated Series, which was building up to the release of X-Men 97. And along the way, we finished X-Men Evolution, launched our companion interview show, the Xavier Files, and with Season 2 of X-Men 97 dropping in summer of 2026, we're dedicating the rest of this year for Wolverine and the X-Men, and then Rod and I have to figure out what we're going to do for 6 months.
I guess more interviews.
Or 7 months.
Yeah. I feel like in Hollywood, summer means like May, right?
I hope.
Because
I really hope.
because like Mortal Kombat is supposed to be a big summer blockbuster, and they pushed it to May, and then they even pushed it earlier in May now and stuff. So I don't know.
With delays of today to date this podcast, Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed again. So I have no faith in release dates until something is out at this point.
Well, anyway, so some quick reminders. We're a recap show about a series that started over 15 years ago. There will be spoilers. If you don't want to spoil it for you, pause the podcast, watch the episode, and come back. We're currently not sponsored by or affiliated with Marvel Animation, Disney, or Disney Plus in any way.
And don't forget to follow us on social media at Cyclops IWFM Pod on Instagram's Threads. I should just remove Blue Sky for the next script. Facebook and TikTok. Although I will say, personally, if the rumors of TikTok leadership changing ends up happening the way that those rumors were pointing, I will never log into that site again. So.
Yeah, TikTok's a little bit messy anyway, so...
Yeah. And then I did not update the script, so we can ignore that part and skip right to yours, Rod.
Oh, just as you said that, my mouse stopped working. Here we go.
That's helpful.
Now onto the show. Today, we're going to talk about Season 1, Episode 22, titled Aces and Eights. It aired on September 25th, 2009, and currently sits at a 7.8 star rating on IMDb. Also marked as a top-rated episode.
That's not accurate. I forgot to remove that.
I was thinking about that. I was like, is it because of Gambit? Like,
nope, that's because John forgot to update his script. Okay, we're getting back in the swing of things. Rod, before we get into the episode itself, do you have any idea anything about Aces and Eights?
No, I don't play cards. I like the movie Rounders, though.
I've never watched Rounders, so I can't contribute to that.
It's Matt Damon. If you like Matt Damon, it's a great movie.
Aces and Eights refers to what is also known as the dead man's hand in poker, which is believed to be what Wild Bill Hickok was holding when he got shot and killed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it just got called that. I don't really know a ton of the details around like what it has to do with the meaning of this, other than dead man's hand, and they couldn't say dead man kind of thing, essentially. Yeah. But it was also coincidentally the name of a group in pro wrestling, in TNA wrestling, that was led by the Dudley Boys at one point. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of
random-ish stuff.
Yeah. So this one starts off with previously ons from mostly Genosha and like Wanda featured flashbacks. They show Senator Kelly and Magneto, and then they make like a hard cut to Gambit. This is like a very hard pivot. When the episode starts, Senator Kelly is upset about Genosha closing its borders because he knows that means that Magneto is either, I guess, going in, because Magneto said in the previous episode that the humans will attack first, so it implies that he's going to go on the defense. But Kelly's like interpreting that as like they're going to take the first shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's essentially like you close your borders, because if you close your borders, information isn't going in and out. And if you're not letting information out, it's probably because you're going to make some sort of political move at that point.
Mm-hmm. And so Kelly wants to, he tells, that's Trask, right? That's there.
That is Trask, yeah.
I keep getting these confused because we've seen so many shows now, like who's supposed to be who. And he tells Trask to go ahead and launch the Sentinels, and Trask is like, it's going to take like 2 weeks.
Yep. And then Kelly's response is, well, this could be done in 2 days, which is a really valid response, because we saw what happened when all those different mutant crews attacked all the Sentinel facilities at once. I like the fact that they acknowledge there are multiple facilities still building these, and stuff like that. And then the response is that they need to get somebody inside Genosha.
And based on the title, we know who they're going to choose.
This was also absolutely one of the ones where every reference image online for it was literally just showing Gambit's face.
Yeah.
Also slightly spoiled for me, because originally we were going to attempt to have Cosmo come back onto this one. And it's kind of a given that if Cosmo wants to be on the episode, then it's a Gambit episode.
Yeah.
But we were in scheduling hell, so we just we opted to not do guests for the rest of this season right now. So
also, like, freaking Gambit and Genosha, man, there's a theme running here.
Yeah.
Anyway, then is when the opening credits roll. When it comes back,
Nope. Before that, we have Wolverine, who's in like
right.
the White Room with Xavier, and Xavier, through the files that they got from Master Mold in the Rover episode, is able to say that essentially one of the moments that starts the war is Magneto's helmet being stolen by some mutant spy. And obviously, you know, the record keeping isn't super tight to say who that spy is, but I do love the who is stupid enough to go and try and steal Magneto's helmet, and then immediately Gambit's foot hits the sand in Genosha. And I feel like if Punker Donkey was not aware of this moment in the episode, she hates it now. So
Yeah, I forgot about so the helmet thing was interesting because I remember back, was it in the Rover episode where Magneto loses his helmet and it looked like it was going to be a significant moment and then nothing happened? And I don't know if that was supposed to be like foreshadowing to this or something, but it's like, okay, so the helmet is important in the show, just not at that moment.
Was it the Rover episode, or was it the other episode with Polaris and like the other future episode? Was that it?
Maybe one
I
of
think
the,
that was
maybe
the one
one,
that you, yeah.
There was one episode where like Magneto's helmet gets knocked off during a battle and it like rolls to the side and it's like, oh, that's going to be important. And then he just puts it back on. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was an earlier one. The Rover episode didn't feature much Magneto, so
Gotcha.
if at all. And then
so
the
when
intro does hit.
Yeah, then when we come back from the opening intro, they're in Genosha. Gambit is just kind of waltzing in. I don't know. I think we're just assuming that he could come in easily. He's a thief or something.
The part that I thought was a little weird about that is Genosha is this island with tons and tons of mutants all over it. It felt completely desolate and unpopulated. And yes, I get there's logistical reasons for that. The more you have to animate background characters and stuff like that. But it felt like there were 6 people on this fucking island.
Yeah. I guess because it's always like night. Like this time it was night.
Yeah.
And he goes up. He sees. He sees Polaris and kind of gives a knowing look. And this is you mentioned this before we started recording. I was like, how old is she? And you said canonically she's 18 in the show.
So everything I was able to find online confirmed she's 18.
It's still...
She's infantilized throughout the episode. Like, she is not the maturity of an 18-year-old, 100%. But I was always of the opinion, especially like with what her outfit was and like the way she's drawn, that they always intended for her to be 18, even if she was a less mature 18-year-old. So
yeah, that's true because she's doing the spandex bikini.
Not just the spandex, but it's like midriff, like low cut. It's a lot of the things that would be problematic in any day and age if you're like, oh, that's a lot being shown right now. So
yeah. So he's already flirting. He's only been there for 30 seconds, not even.
Yeah.
And then Wanda confronts him.
With?
Oh God, it's not Seamus.
It is Seamus.
It is Seamus.
Yep.
Why did I think that wasn't? And then I don't remember the ninja guy's name.
Senyaka.
I would not have remembered that.
Nope.
But
Also, for some reason, on the wiki, when they did the list of like the characters in the episode, they didn't list him as Seamus this time. They listed him as Mellencamp, which is his last name, because his full name is Seamus Mellencamp. Which is
interesting. He's like,
I have no idea. So
he's like Irish, but he moved to Indiana or something.
I don't know. But yes, it was those two who were with Wanda.
Yeah, so Wanda's like, well, you can't be here. So
Pyro's dead, right? We've established Pyro died in the prison, is never going to be seen again.
Oh, unless, was that supposed to be his voice later on?
No, I have something else on that one.
Oh, you know about, okay. Yep. So I guess he is dead, because I don't know or he's still in that orb thing. I don't know.
Just left him.
Yeah. So Gambit fights Seamus, and then eventually Senyaka.
Well, originally he comes up and he doesn't want to start a fight. He wants to ask for an audience with Magneto, the King of Genosha. Yeah. And like, I don't know why Wanda is so against him yet, but she's just like, no, and you're trespassing, and that's when the fight breaks out.
I wanted to say it's probably like he has a reputation, like he is 1000% a predator in this show, and So she probably just like knows, and she's like, "You're not going anywhere near my 18-year-old sister," and my dad definitely will not let you around her. But yeah, and just being an X-Man, right? Even though it's kind of hypocritical because she's
X-Men
like
in this universe.
Oh, is not?
Nope.
I don't know then. But
excuse me.
Yeah. Anyway, so
yeah, I mean, it could just be that he broke through whatever like barrier or level of security they have around the island or something like that. But I felt like she jumped really quickly to like, cool, I'm gonna have these goons beat you up, but not watch it kind of scenario.
Yeah, well, it's classic villain thing, right? Like you're not gonna stay around and see the bodies.
Yeah. I will say though, there was something that I'd not ever seen a Gambit power set do, which was charging the water. After he beats both cool. Seamus and Senyaka. Like, and I'm not saying it's like one of those where I'm sure it didn't happen scenarios, but I've just never seen that in the comics or other versions of him, because that's terrifying if that's what his power in this world can do.
I kind of like also that they didn't answer what it would do, because the charge got like right up to the two of them in the water but didn't reach them before Magneto stopped them. So it was like, would that just immediately exploded them or something?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of mini explosions from all of it, you know. I will say I did call that the fountain was going to have some sort of power interaction with it because of the little metal things floating around it. To be honest, I thought it was going to be Polaris who is controlling those and not Magneto, but I thought it was a cool moment where like they just like stopped spinning around the top of the fountain and they all curve slightly, so the sharp end was pointed at his neck. I was like, yeah, that's high quality intimidation right there.
That's pretty cool. I kind of wonder if that was like a CG effect that the animation team used, because that was that time in the 2000s where they could use it sparingly, right? And we saw it like in Futurama or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked still hand drawn to me, but I think it starts to get a little hard at this point to tell which one is which. You know? Yeah.
So then Magneto's like, "Well, you have about." Yeah, he said the next word you say better be a good reason.
Yeah. Because he's like, well, what are you doing here? And he's like, do you know Senator Kelly? And then Magneto just kind of like gives him like a fuck you stare.
Yeah. And so Gambit admits that Kelly sent him there to steal Magneto's helmet. And like everybody's just as confused as like Xavier and Wolverine, where they're like, okay. And Gambit's
I love that's his Gambit. Like he's like, all cards on the table. This is why I'm here. I love that they did that, and it, like obviously it led to something different, but that is the smartest thing he could have done at that point, because there's no way that if he said anything else that Magneto was going to believe him. Yeah.
And so he's like, well, why? And he's like, well, it's a symbolic thing. It would be like an embarrassment to. Yeah. He was like, okay, I guess. And he's like, but instead,
it's literally like stealing a scepter or a crown from a king. It's like the second you do that, you embarrass them, and you could prove that you could get to them if you wanted.
And he's like, but instead, if you like, I don't want to. If I don't do any of that, like, I'll just take exchange for a sanctuary in Genosha, which I guess would be valuable. Since they closed the borders and you're mutants, you need protection. Like, you don't know what's going to happen in the outside world and stuff.
And the U.S. government literally knows exactly who you are, and you fuck them over. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Magneto puts him in like a guest housing, which we don't quite know if it's like a code word for like decorated prison cell.
But I feel like that's what Polaris is in. Like, as we learn more about her throughout the episode, like, he doesn't even want her walking around the island. So, like, the guest quarters, Gambit later says it, a cage is still a cage, even if it looks like a castle. So yeah. No. And then there's another awkward, shy, like, glaring moment between him and Polaris again.
I hear she blushes.
Yeah.
And I was like, although, she better be the right age.
It's worth saying at this point, because we know she doesn't actually take the name Polaris until the future version with Xavier. It's just easier for me to remember to call her Polaris instead of Lorna. That's just a thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, same. Well, I think I associate her as Polaris because she's like in the full getup. She's very much in...
She is in a super suit.
Yeah. In the middle of the night when no one's watching because there's 6 people on the island. They're not there.
Yeah. Like I said, it's weird. It feels so abandoned. Practically, I get it, but it still feels weird. So...
in the back of the mansion, Wolverine and Nightcrawler are taking a jet to Genosha. Nightcrawler's like, where's the rest of the team? And Wolverine's like, it's just us. Because last time I went, it admittedly wasn't smart because I made a medal. He's, the master of magnetism and stuff. So I'm just going to throw you down there. I thought Nightcrawler was going to push back, but he just kind of went with it. So
I'm shocked he didn't want to bring at least one other person, knowing that Wolverine would be worthless on the island.
Yeah, or not even be on the island, right? He's like, I'm just going to be like hovering over it in the safe distance. Mm-hmm. Then back at Genosha, Gambit is bored and setting things on fire.
Yep.
It was interesting that they never zoomed in on what they zoomed in on what he was hitting, but they never zoomed out to show like what the context was. It looked like it might have been like a food spread or something. But
food spread or like, potted plants next to a banquet table or something like that. Yeah. And
he's
like
just
a mess, man. He's
like peeping on Polaris in the garden. And I guess like because she's part of like a, one of the king's daughters or something like that, they're kind of living this like almost like fairy tale like royalty life, like where her afternoon activities are like clipping roses, like okay.
I mean, I think it kind of goes to like what I was mentioning earlier that they formally say later in the episode is she's never left the island. She doesn't know what the outside world is. And I would imagine to some extent, because of what we see at the tail end of the episode, they're not getting like TV, books, radio communication, etc. from the outside world. So she doesn't know what a normal 18-year-old should or could be doing.
Yeah.
It's like whatever fairy tale world that Magneto is like raising her in, like she just thinks that's the normal world for what
everybody. Yeah. This is how every teenager spends their afternoon, right?
Yeah. It's very much like, I don't know, like fucking Rapunzel vibes.
Yeah. But
there's of course the animation. It's one red rose on a like big bush that has like 70 yellow ones. And Gambit, for the first time, doesn't blow up a card, but he uses it to slice through the rose. Which, side note, have you ever had that pop up in your Instagram or TikTok feeds? People throwing cards hard enough to like pierce fucking watermelons and stuff like that?
Oh, I actually a channel that I used to watch recreationally, because I didn't know anybody there, and that's a rare occurrence in our world.
Yeah.
Then I found out they're really good friends with Ali Spagnola.
Of course they are.
So Ali fucked that up.
Of course, Ali, our friend, would fucking know the person who throws cards hard enough to pierce a watermelon.
So it wasn't the channel specifically, but the channel's called Modern Rogue, and they just kind of teach things that like traditionally masculine things, like how to pick whiskey and stuff like that. And like during the pandemic, especially, I love watching stuff like that. And they had a card thrower on there, and they were teaching the host like how to throw. And so I saw, I was like, that is fucking terrifying, because it's like the middle part is terrifying because when you're starting out, you suck so bad you can't hurt anything. When you're really good, you get your aim. But in between, if you throw hard enough to cut something but don't make your mark, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. That's if your roommate walks in at the wrong time, somebody's going to the hospital.
Yeah. Or if you're like, like how when people fold a paper airplane wrong and instead of going in one direction, it just spins. That's like a card. Like if you don't have the control, but you did throw it hard enough, it's just like, okay, it's gonna cut something down there. So his flirting is getting the one rose for her. And then Wanda and Magneto are in another spire, I guess, of the castle.
Yeah, I felt like it was within line of sight of Gambit though, because he like gave a smirk before the camera cut over to them.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, and so they're debating if they should let Gambit in because like. Wanda's
she got full recon at that point. She knew exactly who he was by then. So,
yeah. And so she was like, like why he's a known thief. I like that. I like that logic. Is like, yeah.
We don't have enough known thieves in modern society. I feel like they all get caught really quickly. There's not a internationally known thief that people are still going after.
Oh, that's true. It's
we want
partially
like more chill crime like that.
Yeah, it's partially like the digital age, right? Because was it 5 or 6 years ago when like the head of the CIA or something got caught in an affair, and because they were doing something like using like a shared fake email account or something like that, and they got caught in an affair. And I remember, I think it was SNL, like Weekend Update, they were like, so just to let you know, there's no hope for anyone in the United States to successfully like have an affair because the head of the Central Intelligence Agency can't get by. Nope. Just don't do it.
But Magneto's like, oh, he could be useful. Let's keep him around. This is a weird ass version of Magneto. Like,
yeah, he's not destroying verse.
He's like, knows that this dude is shady. Hasn't had anything happen that really should make him trust him. Like, it should have been a flag to him that he like came to ask for sanctuary and is like trying to scam on his daughter and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like other versions of Magneto would be much more cautious about just letting him onto the island like this with no supervision whatsoever.
I kind of took it. Yeah, without supervision is a weird thing. I kind of took it as like he's just intrigued. You know, he's like, he probably only kept him around as long as he could figure out what was the angle. Because he was like, oh, there might be something to learn here. Like, why would he just put all his cards out, you know, right away? And then, like, what does he gain from this? Like, he's going to die here.
And then I do love that with the commercial break that Rod is watching a version of Disney Plus with the breaks that are still inserted in it with actual commercials. Right before it's Wanda saying, well, we should probably lock up our valuables. And then you literally cut to Gambit sneaking through the halls, looking through a door, and then seeing Magneto's helmet like just sitting there chilling by his throne. And that's when the commercial cut happens. So
yeah, like, oh, he is going to steal the helmet. Yep. They do it back and forth on that a couple times. It's interesting. Because they wanted to keep us guessing. But yeah, when they come back from the commercial break, Polaris bumps into Gambit sneaking up on her. I think that makes sense.
Well, like, she was taking the roses that she had gotten, was putting them into a pot, and then I guess was like stepping back to admire her work and bumps into Gambit that way. So.
Yeah, and Gambit had like ninja'd in there, like without any notice. She's
super oblivious. I 100% that the trained thief could do that. So
yeah, no, I totally get it. And he flirts with her some more. At that point, you can probably tell that there's like an ulterior motive that isn't like what we think it is. Yes. Like, he's not just trying to scam on this young girl. That might be part of it. I think he acknowledges that later. But mainly that he wants to, you know, get information or something from her. So he says like, meet me at the Garden at Twilight. And I'm like, that's a big red flag. Like, what was it Whoopi Goldberg saying Ghost? Like, you're in danger, girl. Like,
yeah, it's that whole like, because she's so sheltered, like she thinks that's how romance actually works. Where it's like anybody who has experienced any other person in public is like, oh, those are all the red flags at once. So, yeah.
And then we see that the jet has made it to Genosha, so Wolverine sends Nightcrawler down.
I love how he calls Scarlet Witch the wrong name. It's definitely on purpose.
Oh, Wendy?
He calls her Wendy.
He's like, if all else fails, Wendy. Like, and he's like, it's not my girl. He's like, whatever. Like, Wolverine could probably smell the pheromones off of Nightcrawler when he mentioned her name.
But he's like, if stuff gets like hairy, then go find her. And then the first thing Nightcrawler does is reveal himself to Wanda.
Yeah,
like teleport has been on the island for 45 seconds and then find Wanda.
Yeah, and but he like, at first you think it's because he's going to flirt with Wanda or, you know, want to connect with her, but he gets kind of straight to the point. He just gets information from her right away that it's Gambit, you know, that's the spy and blah blah, and
also like reveals the helmet theft is like this big inciting incident, and she's suspicious of him. She's like, oh, do you have spies on the island? He's like, no, we just know shit.
Yeah. Fair. It's like a
very super specific thing that nobody else should know. He just dropped on her with no explanation.
Yeah. It's like, it makes me feel bad if like we probably, like, in the future they probably have invented time travel. It's just no one believes it now, right? Whoever came here is like, sure, they're in an asylum somewhere. Or they went back, you know?
what's the scenario? It's like, if you were to go back in time and try to explain to somebody what a cell phone is, then they're like, okay, show us, but you don't know how to build a fucking cell phone, so it's worthless.
Yeah. Or I love those memes that are like, try to explain this to a small Victorian child. And it's like, I had to plug my cigarette and my book into my couch to charge. Like, wait, what does that sentence mean?
And they just respond with, what is a cigarette?
Yeah. And so Nightcrawler basically says, like, Gambit's got something else up his sleeve. And, Wanda was already kind of suspicious of that, but she didn't let him know that. But then it hard cuts to, like, her kicking down Gambit's door.
It's great. I love this version of Wanda. This Wanda's great.
And she's just like, I'm on to you, whatever your name is. And then she leaves. And
just broke a door. Just to show that she could do it. She didn't put it back. She didn't fix it. She's like, fuck your door. Even though it's our door.
Yeah.
And then back on the jet, Nightcrawler has, like, radioed to Wolverine to, like, tell him what's going on that side, too.
Yeah, and then Polaris meets Gambit, and it's funny because, like, they did a good job of it being Twilight, but I could tell they just put, like, a gray filter over everything, Like, everything looked like the normal color, but it just got dimmer. Like not the sky got dimmer, it's like the TV set dim got turned down. And so we know it's around
the
Twilight.
Just got adjusted, basically.
Yeah, and so Polaris meets Gambit, and he's like, take me to your most romantic place. And he's just systematically getting information from her. He's like, this is our water system. That's our electrical tower.
Here's our communications hub that will cripple us if you somehow broke it. I really wish, for the sake of this character, that that Magneto had given her any sort of actual, like, education about, like, what the world is like. Because it feels like he, like, put her, like, in the literal ivory tower and taught her fucking nothing.
I think that's part of the consequence of sheltering anybody, especially children, right? Is because, like, you're just as in danger of things you don't know that you do know. So it's like, you probably shouldn't, specifically to the person that we're already suspicious of having an ulterior motive, like giving them all the inner workings of our island.
Granted, we have that outsider's bias that we know he's a scoundrel and shit like that. Yeah. But regardless of all of that, she's just like, here's all the most pivotal information. Like, I get the waterfall, but, like, oh yeah, that's our communications tower.
That was hilarious.
That's a big building. You didn't have to say that's where your communications hub is.
Yeah. And then she just plants one on him.
Yep. She went in for that kiss. He did not. And you could tell he's a little taken aback. That's where I think this was the writing of a cartoon that popped in. Because if there's a dude who's, like, doing all this, like, spy, thief, scummy shit, he would have made that move. But they wanted to, like, I think, give him a slight bit of redeeming value that he was not actively going in for the kiss with her. That's my read on it. I could be totally wrong, but I do think that's why the choice was made for her to lean in on the kiss and him to hesitate. So. And
it's just in time, just like an 80s sitcom, it's just in time for Wanda to catch them. And then hard cuts to...
Such a good reaction.
Hard cuts to Wanda throwing him in the dungeon, or the cells, what they called it.
Yep.
And then... It's not really a pun, but I appreciate the thought here is, like, Wanda and Polaris argue about their ex-boyfriends.
Well, before that, we have that part that you were alluding to with the cells. So you do hear another person in the cells, and the reason why I say it definitely wasn't Pyro is he didn't have an accent to him. It was more of, like, a higher, raspy voice. The wikis identify that as Vanisher, who we've only seen physically on camera in the future. I'm imagining it's because of the voice as a match. I didn't get a chance to compare the two between when we watched the episodes and recording this. But to the wikis, their credit, this is the only sort of trivia I was able to find about these two fucking episodes. So,
this is later on when people probably dropped off and stuff.
Yeah. But it would make sense that it's somebody like a Vanisher, because Vanisher was always just, like, a little bit of a pest and a problem. And he's like, so what'd you do? And it was like, oh, I kissed one of Magneto's daughters. And he's like, Scarlet Witch is like the other one. It's like, oh, get comfortable because you are not getting out of his cell. So,
and then,
but then your point about the boyfriend argument.
yeah, Wanda and I guess Gambit isn't an X-Men in this one, but it's kind of funny that both of them have outsider boyfriends or interests. It's complicated situations.
I did like that. Polaris just straight up says, like, I know a lot more than what you're giving me credit for, which granted she does. She doesn't know about certain stuff, but she absolutely is like paying attention, knows about the dungeons, and like the fact that she is 18 years old and Wanda thinks they've been able to keep her like unaware of that is pretty funny. So
yeah. And then after they argue, it cuts to Polaris breaking Gambit out, but she's like, take me with you.
Like, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Like, she definitely went from her room fighting with Wanda right to the prison. So
she's Anna in Frozen, right? She's like, oh, we're gonna get married, you know? Like,
yes,
right away.
That's yeah. Yeah, she's Anna. You're right.
And so she breaks him out of the cells, and she's like, I know where your boat is. So he's like, go get it ready, and I'll go meet you. And then he gets a suitcase that we had not seen before that he'd hid somewhere in the bushes.
Before that, though, I just want to point out, she lets him out. She starts running off, and he has like that, like, yeah, I did it look on his face. She never tells him where the boat is. Like,
but didn't she say that she knew where it was?
She knew where there was a boat, not his boat. Oh, right?
Gotcha. I thought she said, like, I know where your boat is or something.
Oh, I thought it was I know where a boat is.
Okay.
You would think watching it twice I would have picked up on it, but all right, let's go with your theory. Yeah.
But yeah, so then Gambit goes and picks up this random suitcase that he hid in the bushes. And then
right
we see him
he saw Wanda, Seamus, and Senyaka, yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes and sets, like, timed bombs in all the places that Polaris had pointed at, like their water source, their electricity, their communications tower. And then the timer starts, then we cut to another commercial.
Yep.
And when we come back, we see the Nightcrawler has caught him on the, like, it looks like the bridge to the communication tower.
The bridge where he was, like, checking out the waterfalls with
the
Polaris.
waterfalls, okay.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so they have a big fight there, and Gambit gets away.
And Nightcrawler realizes the whole point of this was never the helmet; it was to cripple Genosha from being a power to deal with. So,
and
they have the quick little fight, and basically he does like 52 card pickup where he charges just the whole deck of cards. It lands around Nightcrawler, and that's what's able to knock him out. So
yeah, and it didn't take out the bridge, which is
wild. A really strong bridge,
right?
But apparently not that strong because it blows up a little bit. So yeah.
So then Gambit goes and finds Polaris, and she's like, she's a little not surprised, but she's like, there's a little uncertainty, like if he's going to come back or not. Mm-hmm. And he gets in the boat, and then he like kind of slowly reveals, because she's like, I've never been off this island, and he's like, it's gonna stay that way. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, this world is full of people like me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not who you thought I was, and stuff like that. And then it is the best moment because he starts to drive away, and his reaction is perfect because he never had any idea of what her actual powers were, and it was like, oh, good. She's got her dad's powers.
Oh yeah, because then he reveals
the helmet floated and the boat stopped, and then she immediately uses the helmet to pierce through the boat, and it's like, and her sister's temper. I was like, that's best line of the entire episode by far.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I also forgot the reveal of like he did take the helmet anyway. Mm-hmm. So that was still true. Yeah, and then and at that moment where she summons her powers, it was like her villain origin story.
Yeah.
You could see when the future Polaris was like born almost, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that rage of being sheltered, this is the first time she really got fucked over. So,
and then Magneto gets there in time to see everything. Polaris apologizes and says she's going to be faithful to her father and stuff. And they look back and they see every Genosha exploding. Essentially,
there's one explosion looks kind of like a mushroom cloud at first, and then the second one, which is a little closer to them, is just gigantic. people died, right? Like, there's no way nobody died in that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why they decided to say they were
Show
like
it
to show
empty.
there's only 6 people because in the next episode they will talk about it, but like they make a point to say like, oh, this building was evacuated. So I don't know if like they're trying to make like concerted efforts in this show to show like unpopulated areas or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, people were dead. People definitely died. Unless you had your mutants that were just indestructible bodies or could absorb fire, are the only ones working in those 2 locations. People died. So
for I guess this is not the second time, but another time that Gambit and an explosion on Genosha are just a canon event.
yeah, but this one got to walk away.
Yeah, or float away. Well, I guess float away. I don't know. Like he had a hole in his boat, so we.
But Nightcrawler sees the bridge as Wanda's on it, start to explode. He gives a quick save, and then you get a little more of like, all the stuff that's going on. And Magneto is like, "All right, I'm going after Kelly. Fuck this guy."
Yeah. And so it was a Nightcrawler or Wolverine.
He radios to Wolverine, who radios to Beast.
To Beast, yeah.
Nope.
And then we see Kelly's office where Blink and Magneto have appeared. Magneto's like, "You fucking idiot." and starts to go after him. And then just in time, Rogue and Kitty come through, and Rogue is like, she does the thing I always want Rogue to do. It's just like, no monologue, no talk, just like do the save, So she takes out Magneto. And
Which
then
I do
Kelly's,
think this came down to not wanting to pay the voice actor for a single line.
that's right. I didn't even think about that.
Kitty never said shit.
Yeah. And then Kelly's like, "Oh, thank God." And before he can get the next word out, like, she's like, "You too."
Before we move on to the next scene, I gotta ask your thought. Was that actually Kelly's intention? Because Kelly's shocked that Magneto is coming after him. Do you think he actually sent Gambit to blow up parts of the island? Or was it just the, like, steal the helmet to embarrass him scenario?
I don't know.
Because there's a look of shock on him that I feel like if you were the leader or politician or whoever who literally sent somebody to blow up parts of a nation, them showing up shouldn't shock you.
Yeah, I think the only reason I would think that Kelly did send Gambit to do all that stuff is that Gambit, he's always been like a mercenary for hire kind of thing. I don't think he would do anything extra that wasn't like monetarily. I think getting the helmet was the extra thing.
But that part is my point, is that I think it's possible somebody else is the reason why it went from helmet to blowing something up.
Gotcha.
Like somebody else pulled that string in some way. Like it could be a Master Mold, a Trask, a Sybil, or something like that. It was just, and it could just be, a continuity issue with how it was animated or something like that. But like the look of shock on Kelly's face for some reason didn't read to me like he knew he had like failed at blowing Magneto up.
Yeah, or he was just like way surprised.
Yeah,
or not way surprised, like had underestimated, or like really he was really confident in Gambit.
Yeah, he had overestimated Gambit's ability.
Yeah.
But it's also like if Gambit was not purposely trying to kill Magneto, which I never got the vibe that he was trying to kill him because of what he did, then Kelly would know there was going to be a response to it. And there's one way of like, oh, I embarrassed you versus, oh, I literally blew up places on your nation. Like, the response is different for those two things,
Or maybe the instruction was to take out those things, but he didn't necessarily specify like cause like a mushroom cloud, And
it's just a psychotic version of Gambit.
Yeah. And Gambit's like, well, I can do like there's a sure way of doing this that's fast,
He meant pull the plug, and Gambit interpreted that as obliterate the plug. There is no more plug.
Yeah. So then Kelly and Magneto wake up in the mansion with Wolverine, and Wolverine's like, reveals that that's the chamber Xavier's in, and he's like, and when I saw the setup, I knew what was going to happen. I was like, finally, like this is the kind of thing you see in movies and TV shows, and you're like, why doesn't it just happen?
Nope. I did love that it's like either like, where are we? The spot I never thought I would let you be in. Like,
right.
The continuity challenges aside for this episode, some of the one-liners are really, really great in this episode.
Yeah.
So.
And like you would ask me like a long time ago if I was current on Rick and Morty. I finally got caught up. So I saw the episode where they rewrote basically their Avengers movie. And they point out like all the, I was like Avengers Transformers or something. And they point out like all the things like, well, if like the gun's already in his hands, just shoot him, you know, or like why doesn't he just tell him that thing? And so like this moment happened, he's like, oh, they're finally gonna do it. They're just gonna show both sides in the current situation.
Yes.
Like what the consequences of their conflict is in a very indisputable way. And so it was really satisfying seeing like Xavier pop up and Magneto immediately being like, oh dang, okay, we have to take this seriously. Yeah, and Kelly believes. I did like Kelly doubts it, and then Magneto's like, "No, dude, if he's showing me this is legit." Yeah, because so no matter what, Charles wouldn't lie. That's not this version of Charles, you know. Yeah, so Kelly believes it because he's watching two enemies like agree on it. So it's like, and then it comedically cuts to Kelly being like, "So we're calling off the Sentinel program." But that does also tie to what I was saying about like not having external communication on the island too, because he had one of the acolytes, I forget the name of which one it was, but actually like projecting the TV to them as opposed to literally turning on a TV, which is why I think Polaris literally just has like media consumption that is just like 7 fairy tale books from like the 1600s, and that's where culture from humanity has stopped making its way to Genosha. So the acolyte projecting the TV show, it made me laugh actually, because it reminded me of like the Flintstones when like a simple task had to be done by like a sentient animal or something. Yeah. You're like, I got, you know, like when we remember when like the animals are talking, like it's a living. Either like a garbage disposal or like a rack or something, and it's like an animal. It didn't have to be. Yes. But yeah, that they canceled the Sentinel program, and then when Magneto watches the broadcast, he asks for his son. I'm assuming that's Quicksilver, unless that's a bigger twist. Okay, no, it's Quicksilver. Is there a reason that was the cliffhanger? We've talked about this. We have not watched it yet, so don't spoil anything for us. I think there was some story getting started that is either going to be resolved in the 3-part finale, which we have not watched yet, or was setting up for whatever season 2 was going to be. Okay. So who knows? Because we're a week away from recording the next set of episodes, so maybe that gets resolved then. But I wonder how it's going to play out. But I hope at the very least that part of the story is resolved before the season's end. With the way the next episode ends, who knows at this point? Yeah, that's kind of my gut check on it. So he's had 4 kids. One was like the younger, like there was a younger kid who almost always dies, and then there's the twins, and then Polaris. So okay, yeah, because essentially through the series, it's a little inconsistent depending on the universes too. So through the series, we've been following 2 main storylines. It's like what happened to Jean and this like growing war, and so like today's episode went over the war story, and this little preview of next week, like it kind of takes a break from the war story and goes more into like the Jean story. Yep. And so yeah, it's like, so are they gonna do both in the 3-part finale, or are we done with the war part now? You know, like so yeah, we'll see. I mean, or is the finale where the war story ties into the Jean story? Jean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot, because that incident is what kind of sets all this off, right? Yeah, the burning of multiple nations is what sets off the war. So, yeah. So, it was fine. I think most of my uncomfortableness was just watching Gambit like seduce Polaris, but like otherwise, it was just like it was another piece of that like mystery war story thing. So like it wasn't my favorite, but I didn't hate it. What about you? I like Genosha like as a set piece. I like Genosha as a populated set piece. So that part, it was like what is it? The small galaxy syndrome? Is that what they call it? Where like
Star Wars revolves around 8 people and their cousins, and that's basically it. Like, that's what this episode felt like. Like, you have a literal mutant nation, and we saw 3 of the, the Lesher family or Maximoff family, whatever you want to call them, and then, like, 2 goons, and that was it. So.
Yeah, it's like that scene in the first Deadpool when they go into the mansion. It's like, why is it so empty in here?
That's very much what it felt like. So, yeah. But,
very cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're still excited to get through the end of this. I'll save more of it for the next episode, but I'm really concerned with how pissed I am going to be at the cliffhanger when this thing hits. I am not happy right now.
Let's get into that. Let's get into that next episode. And also, next episode is going to, because we had to miss a week, we're just going to go right away. So there won't be a bi-weekly thing this week. Next week there'll be another episode.
Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks in a row of episodes, and then go back into bi-weekly after that for the final ones. Because we wanted to get the publishing on these done before New Year's. That was our goal.
Yeah, because you can go binge Stranger Things.
That was the red carpet for Stranger Things was tonight, right?
Oh, was it? Oh man,
yeah.
I kind of wish I could have gone, but I don't have any reason to be there other than being a fan. So
yeah, I think I saw Jenny Lorenzo was posting from the red carpet. So
I am. I will say random tangent shout out. So in the middle of this project I was working on last week, I was in a recording studio, and one of my producer's girlfriends was there, and she's a huge Stranger Things fan. So she brought all the Stranger Things swag. I guess Target had a big setup or whatever. And I was like,
the inside out or the upside down cookies.
Oh, actually, she did. But the thing I was focused on was the Eggo waffles, the red ones. And she's like, "Do you see these?" And I was like, "Yeah, I actually did, and I want to try them." But if people don't know, I have a intolerance to red 40 food coloring.
I was gonna say, as soon as I heard red, I was like, "You couldn't have that, right?"
I was like, "I can't have these." I just know I can't have them, so I just don't even pick it up to look at them. And then my buddy, her boyfriend was like, "I think these are actually naturally colored." And I was like, "Why would Eggo do anything healthy? Like, not even healthy, like not harmful."
Just trying to kill that Eggo sponsorship in the future, Rod.
But he looks at the back, and he's like, "No, it says like beet or fruit juices." And I was like, "Really?" And I look at it, and it does say that. And then on the front, I just didn't even bother to look. There's a sticker that says like all natural colors on it. And so it was like, so I ate 2 boxes of those already. Nice. But the upside down cookies, 3 different food colorings of red. So that's the opposite.
Just cancer cookies at that point, right?
Yeah. And I got the power bank for my phone because it's a mixtape. Mm-hmm. And I threw away the box. I did the one time I didn't follow my millennial urge of keeping the box, because that power bank is trash. So don't buy that thing. It died after 1 use, and it's not a single use charger. Anyway, that's my rant. Okay. But the Eggo waffles are great. They're strawberry flavored, and they don't have like artificial food coloring in it. Okay. So if you're like me, you won't have any weird responses. But so next week we'll see you for the next couple weeks in a row, and we'll get back into the mystery about Jean. But thanks for joining us. If you have any thoughts,
before you do that, I will say, tell us in the comments of anything, what do you want us to cover next? Because obviously we have the anime for X-Men, the anime for Wolverine. We have movies we haven't gotten to. We could do a focus on like a bunch of interviews in a row, but it would just be good to know what people are looking forward to from what we've done or what we have not done yet. I mean, shit, we could do a 3-parter on the finale of Spider-Man, the animated series, because Storm is in it. Like, those are all...
Oh, nice.
As long as it's X-Men related, we're down to do it, except getting Rod to read the books, because the attention span does not work on that, guys.
And the memory won't. But yeah, so drop all that and any thoughts you had in the comments for either the YouTube videos, Spotify upload, or official Instagram post about this episode. If you like what you heard, we'd appreciate a rating on the podcast app you're choosing. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, and CastBox. Should we go back on the kick and try and be number 1 on CastBox?
No. I feel bad saying it and knowing we're still losing. Like, that's going into a fucking 3-person race and coming in 3rd, so...